Maui. How can I impart some sense of this place? It has a sense of humour. Growing up in Maui Heights, up on the hill in the 1970s, what was life like for the children brought together as neighbours and school friends? Childhoods were spent on bikes, riding around the streets of the town with no limits to where you could go as long as your dad didn't find you. Imagine boys with grazed knees, their little legs pumping up and down as they strain to mount the hill on their bikes. An occasional run-in with Sergeant Gordon Humphreys would result in a $20 fine for riding on the footpath. At the time, 50 cents at the Fowler Street shops would buy you fish and chips. Girls spent hot summer days at the Maui outdoor pool, sunbaking in coconut oil and turning white skin red. Boys spent day after day after day on their cars. Friday and Saturday nights were spent at the roller skating rink, where many a teenage romance was urgently pursued under the mirror ball. The Edward Hunter Bush Reserve was a great place to play. Kids rode bikes, hunted for yabbies and played Tarzan on a homemade swing. When you were older, you headed through the Bush Reserve and took a road up to the Pines, a large pine tree plantation. At midnight, some of the local boys would strap torches onto their handlebars with insulation tape and ride around the pines in the dark until their torch batteries went flat. There is a story of 2 teenage boys who took a wild ride down Wirraway Street on a double bed, and kids who would blow up mailboxes with crude homemade volatile cocktails in jam jars. The same kids would cut holes in tennis balls, fill them with petrol, set them alight and roll them down Staff Street. Of course, there were mishaps and misadventures, and the odd hospital admission. These kids who grew up on the hill in Maui in the 1970s now have kids of their own. I wonder what they're getting up to.